Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're doing something a bit different. Today we're doing a compilation video of my top 25 favorite climbs at Mose Valley. We will begin with number 25 and work all the way down to number 1, which obviously will be my favorite climb. Basically what I'll do is I'll just show the climb and kind of talk through it a little bit and explain why it's my, one of my favorite climbs, what I enjoyed about the climb. So that's pretty much all the video is going to be. Since it is 25 climbs though, it is going to be a longer video. So, grab some popcorn, some snacks, some water, just buckle in, get ready for a long video, take some breaks. But please, I would really appreciate if you do actually watch the whole thing and finish it through the end, unless it's just dreadfully boring. But I'm going to do my best to not make it dreadfully boring. But yeah, so that's what today's video will be. Obviously, if you do end up liking the video, please give me a like, and then if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because it really helps my channel out. Obviously, can't force you to, but it would really help me out and I would really appreciate it. About 400 subscribers right now, trying to get to 1,000 so I can get monetized. Anyways, before I seriously start rambling, you know what? Let's just jump in. Let's kick it off. We'll start with number 25 and then we'll make it all the way down to number 1. So let's jump in. Alright, at number 25 we have Backhoe Right. It's grade B5. This climb, I don't believe the actual proper name is Backhoe Right, but I don't really know what the proper name is, so I'm just calling it Backhoe Right. There's like something in the guidebook, but it really, I'm pretty sure it's not the correct name, because the guidebook had so many mistakes in it. Anyways, why is this at number 25, you might ask? Well, there's nothing really crazy about this climb, no crazy story or anything. It's a really fun climb. It's really flowy. You got this like double heel hook sequence on it, and I love heel hooks. And then you even get another heel hook at the outro here. I mean, obviously it's all optional, but I love heel hooks. So when I can throw one, I love them. And then the holds are comfy, and it starts on this like roof, and I love roof climbing. So there's nothing really that crazy about it. I guess another thing is, I don't know why, but I saw this video of me doing it. Maybe it was just this particular day, but I thought it looked so smooth when I was climbing the climb. So I just really enjoyed the video of it. But it is a really good climb. I definitely would recommend this climb if you haven't done it. Outro was a little bit hard, but as you can see, I dig it to the top. So that is number 25, Backhoe Right. Alright, number 24 is an absolute mega classic. It's called Huntsman Graffiti, and it's grade B5. So the reason this is 24 instead of upper on the list, as I call it a mega classic, I actually didn't think it was like the coolest thing ever. Not to say it's a bad climb, because it's on this list. It's just, I don't know. There's nothing really crazy about the climb. It's just the holds are just perfect, and the climb is straightforward. And it's, it's a taller climb too. But there's nothing really crazy. It's not like the most fun thing ever. It's just a really nice, simple, and sweet climb. So I did have to give it a place on this list. And it is just a classic, so it's hard not to include it. But it wasn't like the most fun thing I've ever jumped on, you know what I mean? But it is a good climb. So again, nothing crazy about that climb, but it's just a nice climb. The holds are fun. You got the right amount of feet, right amount of holds, and yeah, that's really all I've got to say for this one. So that's number 24, Huntsman Graffiti. Alright, at number 23 we have Belafonte, another V5. This one is very underrated in my opinion. It's in the North Valley sector, which no one really climbs at. And I thought the movement on this thing was awesome. It's very unique, it's pretty consistent, and it's just, I don't know, the movement's really bizarre. Like, you wouldn't really find anything like this in a gym, and it's just, I don't know. And it was flowy too, the other thing. But this one was pretty stout, I thought really hard for a V5. I'm not going to give it an upgrade, but I did think it was really hard. It took me a while to do. As you can see, I got my shirt off, I was trying hard. This one's really cool, and you can see the boulder is really cool looking. It's called like it's called the Belafonte boulder. It's actually named after the climb, so it is a good climb, but it's not like considered like a classic or anything. But the boulder is really cool looking too. It's like this big shark looking thing. You can see the fins. But yeah, that was a pretty cool one. I was happy to get it. Thought it was very underrated.
Wow.
If you live at Moe's or you're going there, you should definitely check this one out. Alright, so I know everyone's gonna hate me on this one, but this is like the most classic thing at Moe's Valley. It's called Israel. As you can see, you ride this giant starting rail and then it leads into another really cool sloper rail. This is, like I said, considered one of the best climbs at Moe's Valley, so to put it this far back in the list, I guess is, you know, a crime, but I really didn't think it was the best thing at Moe's Valley. Like, there's so many other climbs I'd put above it, which obviously you can see them in the list, but not to say the bad climb, it is really cool, it's very aesthetic, and the movement is really unique still, and it is pretty flowy. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. I just didn't. I did enjoy the climb. I just didn't enjoy it as much as most people seem to. So I did enjoy enough for it to be in my top 25. I just didn't think it was like the coolest thing. But it is on here. So this is Israel. It's grade V6, and you probably all love this climb.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
But yeah, so alright, that's Israel for you.
Way to fight for it at the end, man.
Thank you. I was like trying to, I don't know if you saw, I was like trying to flip the mantle on my wall press on that.
Good shit.
Do that one.
Alright, believe we are at number 22 now. This is Paradise Lost, grade V7. This one was my very first V7 that I completed at Moe's Valley, so I was pretty happy about it. And the session I had on it before, I was getting really mad too because my like body wasn't working. Like my fingers were just like not pulling anymore. And I knew I could do it. I had like the energy, the strength, it was all there, and for some reason my body was just not cooperating. I don't even know how to explain it, but everything was just like locking up on me. So this is actually not even the original send of it. I came back and repeated it a second time for a different video, which I've already released. And if you haven't watched it, you should go watch my day flash video. And this was like the hardest thing I day flashed that day. But anyways, yeah, this climb is really cool though. Wow. It's just really nice movement, flowy. The only bad part is the beginning's a bit dabby, but you're on huge holds, so it's kind of easy to just core up and not dab. But yeah, the real reason this is on this list is just because it is a nice climb, and it was my first V7 at Moe's, so I was pretty psyched about that.
Up to the bank,
so it's not like the coolest thing ever, but it is pretty cool. But the main reason this one's cool is because it was my first V7. So, anyways, that's Paradise Lost and grade V7. Alright, so this one is actually a really cool climb, another really underrated climb. It's in the Norris Valley sector, so like I said, no one goes there, so this one's very underrated, but it's called the Bench. It goes at V6, I think it's closer to V7. Felt about as hard as a lot of the 7s I did at Moe's, but you start out doing like these pretty tensiony moves, and it looks really lowball, but it's pretty consistent too. And then you take this terrible crimp that I'm on right now with my left hand, and then you do this giant move to the left. And it doesn't look that big in the video, but it's huge. And then you snatch that, and it's a really cool move doing that dead point. Really short and just sweet prom. Very underrated. I love this prom. Kind of aesthetic too, even. So the only problem is that it's an ass dragger start, but otherwise, yeah, that prom's awesome. Alright, the next one is the Fridge. It's grade V4. This is a pretty classic prom. It's a sweet compression prom, as you can see. It's just like squeezing a fridge, as if you're just climbing a fridge. You can kind of do a lot of cool footwork on this one. You don't really have a lot to work with on the face. Really small feet that are really tensiony, so a lot of it turns into heel hooking and toe hooking on the actual arrests of the prom. And I don't know, this is just another short and sweet one. It's not like the most flowy thing, so it's not higher up on the list, but it is a pretty cool looking boulder, and it is pretty unique still for what it is. So it definitely deserves its place in this list. This is one of the first things I actually did at Moe's. Obviously this is a repeat video, but it's one of the first things I did, so it is memorable for me. So yeah, this is the fridge, grade V4, and now we will move on to the next one. Okay, I believe we're coming at number 18 now, and we have Spectro grade V6. This problem is really awesome. It's like a gym climb. You start on a jug, go to another jug, and then you do a huge move to just a sloper that looks terrible at the lip, but because you're coming out of a roof, you can compress and the sloper at the lip turns into a jug. So, and then you continue to proceed, do some really like kind of tricky and tensiony movement, and it's just a really cool prom. I guess the outro definitely loses some points on it for me, but that dead point's so cool. I hate like dynos, I'll be honest, and like really a lot of dynamic proms where you really have to throw, but I do like dead points. I know there's a difference, a big difference. They seem similar, but there's a big difference between the two. Really like dead points, don't like anything else that's dynamic. But yeah, this prom, just that like crux move is so cool on it. But the rest of it's not that cool. It's also another step. But yeah, this is Spectro, grade V6. This is another classic at Moe's Valley.
It's a cool move. Nice. Thank you.
Alright, at 17 we have Shoulder Popper. I'm giving it 7/8. I'd take this as my second V8, but on Mountain Project most people call it softer than V8. I would say that it's soft for the grade, but it's, for me in particular, my particular box and size, I thought it was hard enough to be V8. And even my roommate, who climbs V12, did not complete this prom and said it was hard. So I think I can say that's V8. Even if it's still soft. But this one gave me a lot of trouble. I was really psyched to do it. It's really short, and it looks really easy when you see the holds, and then you pull on it, you're like, this is way harder than it looks. So right here, I'm snatching the jug. Super satisfying to hit that finally. Honestly, another underrated prom. I mean, a lot of people do it, but it's not really considered a classic, so I think this one's actually really cool. The movement's really nice. Not aesthetic, but it's really nice and flowy, and you got a lot of options to work with for how you can climb it, but yeah, that's a really cool one. Alright, next up we have Indolence, grade V7. This is considered one of the most classic problems for this grade at Moe's Valley, and I would agree. It starts out in this like, I don't know, pretty good flowy gym sequence on decent holds, probably about V5, and then you get to this jug and you start working through the absolute worst slippers you can imagine, but you ride this giant heel hook the whole way to the top, and that's really what keeps you on those slippers. Really good flow on this one. The movement's really unique. I love that heel hook section. That's what's keeping you on. It's a really cool prom, and I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. And I think this one suits me as well, my style. But yeah. It's not like the best prom in the valley in my opinion, but it's a cool one. It's not a super stacked prom either, but it's a good prom. I really enjoyed the sequence on this one. But yeah, that's Indolence graded V7.
That's stupid, bro. There's no reason I should have day flashed that. That was stupid. Indolence, baby!
Okay, we should be coming at number 50 now. This is actually one of my most proud ascents at Moe's Valley. This was my very first V8 that I completed. So as you can imagine, I was super happy to get this one, and you'll see in my reaction at the end here, I wasn't really even expecting to get it this go. Actually, this is crazy. This was like the very last attempt I was going to get this prom for the day. You can go back and watch my vlog. I'm not making this up. This was my very last attempt I was going to get this prom for the day, and I somehow managed to do it this try, which was pretty incredible. But yeah, this is like another heel hook crux, so this is probably why I was able to do it. I did it in probably about 2 sessions realistically, but technically if you want to be technical, it was 3 sessions. Here's the crux move right here, snatching that hold. Very cool. Probably didn't look as hard in the video, but it is a really hard move. This is another problem my V12 climber buddy did not even do. I mean, don't get me wrong, he could have done this climb on shoulder popper. But he didn't complete them. But he definitely could have. He just didn't return to the problems to finish them.
Yes!
Yeah, you can hear me here. I'm super excited, super happy getting that climb.
Fuck
Yeah, that was my very first V8. Pretty cool. And it is not soft. I'm telling you right now, it's not a soft one. So, yeah. But, yep, that's shoulder popper, and that is number 15, I believe now.
Let's fucking go! Fuck yes!
Alright, next up we have the drum, grade V5. This is probably one of the coolest things at Moe's Valley as far as like features go. This, you can see over to the right, there's these cool spiderweb features too, and then you have this big like hollow, just perfectly flat, just like, I don't know, like just face, and then it's like hollow underneath, and you can play the drums on it. That's why it's called the drum. But it's just really aesthetic, this prom. It's like something out of this world, like out of like from another planet. It's just crazy looking how it formed this way, this rock. And then obviously the movement is just fantastic on this one too. Very flowy, a lot of ways to work through it. And then you have an awesome heady heel hook top out. It's not hard, but it is a little bit scary because, believe it or not, you're higher up than you think you would. Yeah, that's the drum. V5. Alright, next up we have the Crippler, grade V6. This prom is awesome. It's basically just this really unique roof prom. I don't even know how to describe it, but you just do a really flowy intro, some heel hooks, some decent holds, and then you get to these like pocket crux where you have to release tension and like swing your body around to the other side of the boulder, and then you're basically out of the crux right where I'm at right now. And it should be over here. I actually thought this part was kind of hard from the bottom. This is not even my first send of this, another repeat. But the first time I like got there from the bottom, I fell, and the second time I almost fell, and then even this time I almost fell at this part. It's not even the crux, but I think after you do the whole bottom, it's kind of hard. So it's still a little bit difficult. Now at this point, it's pretty much over. This one's really funny. I don't know if you saw that dog walked underneath me. The very first time I did this climb, a black dog, a different black dog, literally walked under me at that exact same point. You can go back and watch the video. It's on my YouTube. I'll even link it. It's crazy. A black dog ran below me both times I did this climb. It is the weirdest thing ever. And it's at the exact same spot. Crazy. But anyways, yeah, that's a really fun climb. I love roof climbs. So they're like always going to be on my favorite climbs list, and it's just really flowy. So this is a cool prom. Crippler V6. Go try it.
Too scared to go to the top of that one.
All right, next up we have the Bat Cave. This thing is so cool. As you can see, you do this like weird off-Widdis like toe jam bat hang thing. It's like the craziest thing ever. You never find this in a gym. It's really cool. It looks hard and it's so easy and it feels really awesome. You're not coming out of that. It's awesome, and it is honestly really flowy too. Now there's 2 ways to do it. You can go left or right. I originally went left. It's way harder than V1 if you go to the left side of the bigger boulder. I had a video of it. Well, I thought I had a video of it, but somehow the video got corrupted, so I don't actually have that video. So this is just the proper V1 version. But it's really cool. It's a really fun prom. If you're at Moe's Valley, you should try this because this is V1. It's approachable. Anyone can do this one. So very cool prom. It looks kind of goofy, but I promise you it's way more fun than it looks. So that is the Bat Cave, grade V1. Now we're at Dust Bowl. This is V5. This should be number 11. This prom is awesome. The holds are cool. The movement's cool. You get really horizontal here. So it's like another roof climb kind of. You know, I love my roof climbs. You're doing like slapping on heel hook. You're doing heel hooks, slapping slopers. You got a pocket down there you can't see that I'm on. And then you finish it off by, you get to this jug right here, and then you come up to this bigger jug ledge, and you do this heel hook like mantle thing. And you're not, it's not like the outro, like you're not at the top doing a mantle like you normally would. No, you're like still on the climb below, and you do this crazy mantle thing, which you don't have to do it this way. I mean, I've seen people do other ways, which just adds to the cool factor of the climb that there's other ways to climb it. But the way I did it, I do this crazy heel hook mantle thing, and it's like the coolest thing in the world. It's just, you'll never find this at a gym. So you can see me get into it right here. You just pull up all the way, and then you just reach. It's super cool, very underrated. This is one of the coolest things I've done at Mose Valley, in my opinion, just for that there. And even the beginning is just super flowy and nice. But yeah, that is Dust Bowl. Definitely try that one if you're at Mose Valley. It is awesome. So now Dust Bowl. Do that one. It's awesome.
Cool.
Alright, we're now breaking to the top 10. This is Whiskey Rail Grade B4. If you haven't noticed, I'm actually starting to get excited talking about these proms now because the top 10, the proms as we're getting further, are so cool. This one's awesome. You literally have the super static sloper rail thing, and you just ride it the whole way. Super simple. And the crazy thing is you don't even really have a lot of feet to work with here, so you actually want to heel hook the whole way. It's awesome. It is so cool, and it's not like that hard. It actually reminds me of this really cool prom at Muscatatuck, Indiana. You've seen my old videos, you know what I'm talking about. It's called Splash Reverse. It's like this, but easier. And funny enough, the Splash Reverse goes at V4, and it's way harder than this. But this is actually V4. But it reminds me of that prom, and that's an awesome prom.
Yeah, that's good.
So you also don't have to do an absolute difficult top out on this one like you do on the other one. But yeah, this prom's sick. It's aesthetic, fun, simple, flowy. Love sloper rails. So this one is just awesome. Alright, it says Big Boy Traverse V6, number 9. This one's a pretty long climb here, so I'm gonna be talking for a minute. So I'll start out by saying this thing, I was really confused when I jumped up to it because the book calls it V3. And if you look at Mountain Project, it says V3. Well, it actually got upgraded now because I graded it V5/6. But that's because I believe there's two different climbs here. So I believe right here where I'm at, you can start to proceed up, straight up, and I believe that's more of probably V3. I never actually climbed it that way, but I believe that's probably close to V6. However, you keep proceeding left, it's nowhere close to V3. It's way harder than that, and I would say it's probably close to V6. But you do this awesome traverse, as you can see I'm doing here. It's just super cool. The movement's really fun. It's really flowy. The holds are actually really good. You just don't have feet, and it's a lot of moves. So, I mean, and then on that middle part, that like crux where I like cut feet and almost flew off, like that's actually a pretty hard part too. The holds get a little bit smaller there, and again, you just don't have feet. So, and obviously you could see I wanted to throw a heel hook back there, but I decided not to, and that's really why I cut. But here I obviously didn't know what the heck I was doing because I'd never been there. So I was just on the climb for a while. I was like trying to recover. It's literally a sport climb. I was just on here forever. And I was like kind of like freaking out a little bit. I was like, I'm getting pumped. I need to like recover. How do I do this outro? I still have to climb like another like 10 feet before I'm at the top of this thing. It's actually pretty tall. But this one's just, it's so cool. It's flowy. Obviously here I kind of figured out what to do finally and just kind of went for it. Had just enough in the tank, and then I crank out here to where I'm standing up, and then once I'm standing up you're gonna hear me like go like because I was just like so pumped and just could not believe that I just got there to that point. this climb, this thing's awesome. It's super cool. Really flowy. It's super underrated. I don't know. Maybe you're all gonna say that this is still the V3. That is absolute bullshit. It is not V3. Y'all are crazy for calling that V3 if you think it's V3. Up to that point. At least what I claim. Anyways, I'll speed this part up because there's just not really much else to say. But yeah, this is Big Boy Traverse and is technically the actual proper Big Boy Traverse is V3. This one doesn't really have a name. If you take it to that traverse, I'm just calling this the real Big Boy Traverse. And this one goes at like V5/6. Alright, now we have device igniter left, V6. This whole boulder is awesome. The entire device igniter boulder is awesome. But this one's the coolest. I thought it was really hard the first time I tried it. There's no way I'm going to do this. And I was climbing really well the day that I sent it here. And I happened to day flash it. But it's awesome. The movement's so cool. You can see all the footwork I was doing. And you do that big like bump move thing. And it's blind as hell. And then you do a bunch of little like bump adjustments. And then you do, the way I do this here is you do this big like cut dead point swing thing out. Barely hold on. And then campus in. Oh, it's so cool. This thing's awesome. And then you campus up again. Now you're in jugs. Just don't fall. This thing's cool, man. It's so cool. I don't even know how to describe it, but just like it's flowy. The holds are cool. The movement is so unique on this thing. I've never done that many bump moves in a row. I did like 7. But yeah, that's device igniter left. Okay, now we have X chromosome V4. This thing is so cool. It is one of the most aesthetic things I've seen there, as you can see. If you don't think this is aesthetic, you're crazy. This is one of the coolest looking boulders I've ever seen. It's just perfect, like roof climb, the same angle the whole way through on these like awesome, perfectly sculpted holds. It's sweet, and it's long too. It's a lot of moves. It just keeps going. It just keeps going and going and going. It's awesome. And there's actually a low start called Spiral Helix, which was like my project at the end of my time in Utah, and I technically did it from one move in, which was very sad. I didn't have enough time to finish it, but that's this prom and that are like my two favorite things I actually did. I guess I'm not supposed to say that. Well, actually, that wasn't even my favorite. I actually take it back. That's not my favorite. You'll see what my favorite is. But it's one of my favorites. It's higher than this. But yeah, you can just see this climb's awesome. It just keeps going. It's awesome. Hands everywhere, feet everywhere, and it's still the same difficulty. So that's X chromosome V4. Alright, we're at number 6 now. We have Jabberwocker Rat grade V6. This thing's pretty cool. The main reason this is cool is because you see that hole? Well, you end up climbing through it, and the way I end up getting to it is I did this absolute ridiculous giant dead point thing, and I ended up catching with one hand. It's awesome. See it right here? Oh my gosh, that's insane. When I did that, I felt like Superman, and then when I looked back at the video, I felt way cooler even. So you can imagine this is one of my favorite climbs. And then, like I said, you crawl through this hole. That's literally how you're supposed to finish it. Obviously, you could go over top, but that's not fun. The intended way is to go through the hole. And what's even crazier about this video is you'll see it here in a second. Obviously, my camera's recording, right? Literally, right as I finally get my head through the hole, my camera falls. It's crazy. You'll see it then. Another thing is inside this hole, you don't see it. There's a gigantic puddle of water, a huge puddle of water, and I happened to know it was there, and I barely made enough room and did not touch it. I'm going through the hole, but if I touch, I would absolutely sick. So that's kind of interesting. And you can see my camera falls now. So yeah, that's Jabberwocker at V6. It's awesome.
I hope I caught it.
All right, we're at number 5. We have Spray Lords V6. Sorry for the video. I could not find the original file. I don't know how, but I must have deleted it or accidentally deleted it, which is pretty crazy because one of my favorite things I did at most. But anyways, this is the best thing I could find. The video is kind of poo-poo because I had to download it from YouTube, so it lost quality. I don't even know if it's really even 1080, but it's supposed to be at 1080. So whatever. But anyways, yeah, Spray Lords. Here's the actual sun go. I have my friend Brendan on the right doing it as well. You can see it's a really tall climb. It starts out kind of tall too. You're like stand starting. You do this awesome sequence like compression kind of thing. Hold the barn door, and then you get this undercling, and then you work through these holds that you really can't even see, but they're there. And you just do this really sketchy crux move right here at the top. It is so scary doing that because it doesn't look that tall, but I'm probably telling you it's tall up there. And this thing's like sandy, so it's really scary. It was really awesome when we did it because we did it back to back. It was literally a sun train. It was cool. But yeah, this thing's awesome. It's one of my absolute favorite things. It's tall, it's proud, it's got good movement. Yeah, Spray Lords. It's awesome. Alright, next up is number 4. We have Pink Ladies, the last V6 on here. This is, instead of Israel being the best thing at Most Valley for the grade, this is the best thing at Most Valley. This thing is awesome. It's aesthetic. The holds are out of this world. Like, the features are so crazy. I cannot believe that they're real. It's like the coolest like sayings ever, and they look like, I don't know how to explain it. You have to see in person. This video really didn't do it justice, but like the movement's flowy. You get this crazy undercling pocket thing here to do the crux move, and then you hit this weird tongue feature. It's so cool. And it's really tensiony here. I'm trying way harder than it looks. This thing was actually really hard for me, I'm not gonna lie. But it's, I don't know, this thing's so cool. Like, it's just got good movement. The holds are so crazy looking. They're so comfy. Except for the undercling. The undercling is not comfy. That thing I had to tape up the crap out of my ring finger because every time I pull on it, my finger was literally numb afterward. It was so painful. My finger was numb. And I'm freaking out here at the top. You can hear. But yeah, this is the absolute best thing at Most Valley for 6th grade. Climb this one, or climb both, but do this one first. It's way better. Alright, now to the last 3. Alright, the Swan V7. This is one of the coolest things, the best 7 at most. It's aesthetic, it's short, it's simple, it's sweet. You got slow verge compression and the coolest dead point in the world. Dude, look at that, it's so cool. Oh my gosh. And then you get this heel hook, and then you can't see it, and then I get a meat hook, and then yeah, you can't see here, but I'm actually biking. I have a toe hook with my left with the heel. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. You don't even have to climb it that way, but that's how I did it. This is the coolest thing. Climb this one. This is awesome.
Yes.
Okay, now we got Spiral Helix, 1 move in. As I mentioned earlier, I only did it from a move in. I give this V8/9. If you do it from the actual jug start, which is where I'm at right now, that's like V8. If you do it from the lowest start, which, like I said, I did it from move in, that would probably be like V9. So I give it V8/9. What's cool in this climb is I did it a way that I've never seen anyone else do it. I go like under the prom, and most people go like up and over, which you really can't see from this angle. It's hard to explain that. But obviously now I'm back on the start of X chromosome. So believe it or not, those beginning moves really pack a punch. They're really hard. And then you have to keep it together because now you have to complete this like 20 move before and not get pumped. And the hardest part is actually at the end. So this thing is so cool. It's just aesthetic, it's consistent, it's long, it's awesome. The movement's really fun. I love that I could do the beginning sequence of Spiral Helix my own way, which was just completely different than I've seen anyone else do it. And I'm sure people have done it because I saw the holds were like technically chalked and you could see that someone had been trying it that way. I don't know that anyone's done it that way, but you can see someone's trying it. So I thought that was really cool that I did it a way that no one else, or at least that I've seen anyone else do. I'm sure it's been done that way, or at least tried. But yeah, this thing's awesome. I definitely really want to come back and truly finish it from like the lowest start. But I'd still took this because it's basically from the jug start, so I still counted this in, just not from the lowest start.
Yes!
And if anything, this is still one of the hardest things I've done. This link alone is literally one of the hardest things I've ever done. So I thought it was worth taking. So yeah, that is Spiral Helix, one move in, graded V8/9, and now we are going down to the very best problem on this list.
Well, that's fucking.
And the very best problem on this list is Scavenger Soup V8/9. This is my absolute favorite climb. I projected this thing quite a bit. I don't really know how many sessions it was. Truly, maybe like 4 to 5, maybe more than that. I don't even remember, but it took me a while to do. Basically, I already did it, but the part like that second move, I get an early heal. You saw a lot of people bump out to that second crimp, then get a heal. I got the heal early, which a lot of people do that too. But once I figured out I could do it that way, the prom went a lot faster. But I don't know. This thing's awesome. You just start on a roof again, and you're on like this cool undercling jug. Hit 2 crimps. It's like compression. You got a heel hook, and then you come to the lip and do this crazy cut loose move, which you saw me do. And then you got just a nice flowy V4 that you finish out on. And believe it or not, I did fall right here where I'm at right now. The very first time I got there from the bottom, and I was very upset. But I came back and finished it anyways. But yeah, this thing's awesome. I was super psyched to get it. I didn't take it at V9. I didn't think it was V9, but it's definitely one of the hardest things I've done still. Alright, those are my top 25 favorite climbs I complete at Most Valley. Hopefully this was entertaining. Hopefully it gave you some insight on how cool they are and why they're important to me. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'm at about 400 right now. Hopefully I can look back at this from the year from now and be like, wow, that 400 subscribers, I've blown up so much. Maybe not. But it would be cool if that did happen. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. So that's my second compilation video. I've got some more coming in the future. I'm not gonna tell you what's on them yet, but I do have some more compilation videos coming. So, but that's what I got for now. Again, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.